Hi, everyone. Thanks for taking some time out and getting involved in Business Owner Spotlight this week. Go ahead, introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about what you do.
Hi, Scott. Yeah, so my name's Eoin and I'm a founder of Head Coach. What we are is we develop mental skills for athletes and coaches, specifically intelligence skills. My two co-founders, Jonathan and Joe, they work in the football industry. One of them's a football coach and one of them's a psychologist. And we're finding that in academies, a lot of young players are finding a lot of pressures, a lot of struggles that are going on that they have within the academies. So everybody comes from a different background. They all have different pressures and different expectations on them to perform. And the thing is, only sort of about 10% or maybe even less that play in the academy levels are actually going to go on to the first team and play professionally. So they face a lot of challenges and a lot of pressures there to perform. And so clubs now are starting to employ psychologists to help those players to help them to deal with those pressures and build the right mental skills to help them deal with them as well. So we have developed a mobile app that will help develop these mental skills, specifically emotional intelligence skills in our area within the players. And so we've developed this mobile app now, and we just started our beta trial as well with the club in Canada. And so, yeah, that's kind of what we do.
Is that going to be for like grassroots level clubs? And you'll roll that out too then?
So it's going to be more at the professional academy level. But yes, absolutely at the grassroots level too. But we do see that this is more of a problem within the professional academies. So that's sort of anybody who's trying to achieve a professional level within sport.
Cool. And I suppose there's the win is as well. It's skills for life if they decide not to or don't end up getting a profession in football. They'll still get this emotional intelligence, which is going to serve them well elsewhere.
Exactly, yeah. So emotional intelligence skills are key to life, not just sport. They're essentially allow you to help manage your emotions and to interact with people in working environments and general life environments as well. So yeah, part of this as well is to give them skills for life to help them deal with any sort of pressures that get thrown at them too.
Really cool. It sounds really exciting. It's something totally unique I've never come across. And so how was the idea born, or where did it come from?
So yeah, it's a good question. It actually started in lockdown. My friend Jonathan is one of my co-founders. He and I went to school together, and during lockdown, he was actually working for Burnley out in China at the time and setting up academies out in China. And so lockdown happened. He had to come home, and basically, he was telling me about this mobile app that he would like to have to help him do his job. And so basically, I was trying to learn development at the time and do no code stuff. So I basically took it on as a challenge to try and build this up. And then the more we talked about it, the more we realized that this is not just a tool for Jonathan and his job. It's more of an actual business, something that we can scale to lots of different clubs. So we then decided to take it on as a full business.
That's cool, yeah. And fair play for taking it on. I mean, so many ideas are talked about, never anything done about. So fair play for that. What about who would be your ideal customer? Who would you most like to talk to about this then?
Well, at the minute, so Jonathan's currently employed as a football coach, and he's working with Toronto Football Club out in Toronto, just outside Toronto in Canada there. Cool. So they're our sort of ideal customers there, a club that's performing in one of the professional leagues in America, and they have a professional academy there just with lots of players right across Canada. So they're an ideal customer for us, and there's a few clubs then in England as well that we're talking to at the Premier League level and Championship level there too, about doing trials in their academies, and potentially then with the GAA here as well in Ireland. We're having some chats there too as well. So anything really. So we work across lots of different sports. We've customized our emotional intelligence strategies to work across different sports. So we've got like football, American football, basketball, golf, GAA, lots of different other sports in there as well, hockey and stuff. So just any sort of really professional players that are looking to reach the professional level at their sport is really sort of any of our ideal customers. there's also some like development centres as well, specifically for football in England as well, that we're talking to there too. So, you know,
Right, so loads of opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of opportunity. We've got identified more than 16 million sort of players or people who are who are working in, who are what I classify as working in like a professional academy, trying to achieve the professional level. So 16 million across UK and North America there. So that's a good market to go after.
Yeah, you've plenty. You get them all signed. You're home with a boat, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. If we can get all of them, we'll be happy.
So what that, you know, obviously you're just at the trial stages, am I right? Yeah, you're just going with a beta trial at the minute.
Yeah, so we got published in the Google App Stores and the Apple App Stores there in the past couple of weeks, and so we've just started a trial there in Canada. We're chatting to a few different clubs locally and in England as well about setting up more beta trials.
And this is based, you know, you didn't decide this last weekend. This has been a couple of years in the making. So what's been your biggest learning that you found to get to this point?
Well, at the beginning, I was trying to make a perfect app, trying to make it look as best as possible, and do lots of different things. But the way we've been building it with no code solutions, it's just not been possible to make the perfect app. So it was making progress rather than perfection.
Sure.
So the biggest learning there, testing, getting an MVP ready and testing that there with your market. So getting to that stage as fast as possible would be my biggest learning. Instead of trying to perfect it, just make progress and test it and get it as much as possible.
MVP, that's your minimum viable product, is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So you want to get to what's your minimum viable product? What's the minimum amount of features that people are willing to pay for, basically?
Sure. And so progress over perfection. Just get something out there. Essentially, is what you're saying.
Yeah, getting something out there rather than trying to perfect it and make it as perfect as possible. Just progress, because then you can iterate it. You can get feedback from users, and you're constantly making progress then, rather than sitting back and.
Yes, you're actually getting feedback from your customers instead of you trying to figure out what they want.
Exactly, yeah. So we built the app to begin with, based off of what we wanted, because as I say, this started out as what Jonathan wanted as a tool for him to do his job. And then we also brought another co-founder on board at that stage who was a psychologist working in the sports arena. So he was also quite useful in terms of designing the app, but it's also about getting it in users' hands and testing all of those different edge cases and how different people use technology. Because right now with our beta, we've found, you know, in terms of how users interact with technology is our biggest sort of barrier at the minute, is just learning the different bugs and stuff that people can create in different situations they can get themselves into inside your technology.
So it seems like quite an ambitious plan. You know, you're going for a global app, you know, straight off the bat. You know, what's been the biggest challenge with, you know, putting that together and, you know, working in different countries? Has there been anything around that?
So yeah, that is a bit of a challenge. I'm based in Belfast here, but my two co-founders, Jonathan, who is from Belfast, is based in Canada, and then Joe, who is from Scotland, is based in London in the UK. So we've got quite a bit of a geographical spread there, and getting the three of us together is always good fun. But we are going to be quite ambitious, and we are going to take our time about it as well in terms of how ambitious we go and how wide we go, because right now we know we don't have every sort of feature that's going to satisfy every sort of user persona there. So we need to sort of be strategic in how we go after the market as well, at the same time as having a global reach. But most of the reason behind the global reach is, well, certainly going for North America anyway, is that they have a lot more users per account, players playing at each club. So in an academy over in America, you could find up to 5,000 players in one academy. Right. In the UK, you're going to find up to 200 to 500 players per academy.
Sure. So it's a bigger market for you to go for first then.
Yeah, it is a much bigger market to go for there, and plus it's potentially a bit more of a mature market in terms of psychology. You might have more psychologists or more widely accepted culturally in America before the UK, but certainly it's well progressed within the UK as well.
And it seems like that you put a good team together. So, you know, obviously, you know, you got a sports coach, and then you were coding, and then a psychologist. So was that by design or was that by accident you brought the psychologist in?
Well, no, that was by design to bring Joe, the psychologist, on board. We knew that we would need a psychologist, considering we were going to be a psychology app and how much content we would be producing on that side for our marketing and stuff. So that was a strategic decision by Jonathan and myself.
And have you got more ideas around building the team further in the future, or is it just going to remain the three of you then?
Oh no, absolutely. We do plan on creating a big business here. We
Sure.
do plan on hiring out different people and stuff like that. We've actually recently joined a pre-accelerator program with the NDRC from the Republic of Ireland.
Sure.
So we're going to be attempting to raise money from investors over the next wee while, and
Cool.
then hopefully hiring out a development team so that we can turn our app into a fully coded in-house developed app, which will then allow us to do more things and build more features onto it and build more functionality.
So that sounds amazing. So when do you hope to actually be fully live with it then?
So we've started our beta at the minute, and that's going to last for about 6 to 8 weeks. And then we're probably going to launch to the market about a month after that there then. So hopefully about 3 months from now, we're going to be doing our full launch. We've got a plan to do a live stream launch to the market there as well.
Brilliant. Sounds really exciting. Not far away now. You're on the home straight.
Yeah, it's getting exciting now. So it is, with lots of users testing it out and getting feedback every day from everybody.
Right.
So it's getting exciting. Definitely.
That's good. That's really cool. And again, it sounds like it's so well thought out. It's each stage has been choreographed and strategized, which is telling proofs in the pudding when it's going so quickly as well.
Well, it's taken quite a while to get here, but yes, we are being very methodical and careful about how we go about it. We want to try and build a good business here and be successful at the same time. So.
And what do you see as the biggest challenges then after you go live, say in the next 2 or 3 years?
Well, the biggest challenge is going to be hiring out a team. It's always sort of the biggest challenge to get the right people within the business. So hiring is probably going to be our biggest challenge over the next 2 to 3 years. Then I'd say that, and cash flow is always key for a startup.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, that's it's the two go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. But well, we've obviously got a lot of big challenges over the next 2 to 3 years, not just hiring. So we need to build a good customer base across the UK and North America as well. And we're also going to be attempting to build a community around the app as well and stuff like that. So lots of work to be done and lots of big challenges, but we're all up for it and looking forward to it.
Well, I really appreciate coming on today. I'm genuinely excited to see how it all goes for you, and a really unique product. And such an ambitious plans. Love to see local companies going on the world stage. So wish you well with it, and hope to keep in touch and just see how it plays out for you.
Well, cheers, Scott. Thanks very much. We're excited for it too. Thank you.
Thank you, mate.